Welcome to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Well, hello. What's up, Smitt?
Buddy, I'm Smith, that's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers, and this is the Wager Maker Podcast. Thanks for all for joining us. This is episode number 47, Weber.
47, time flies. This was a pretty easy one for me, Smitt. This is going to bring me back to the gambling heydays when it first got Michael Irvin, number 47, University of Miami, running around with that little towel drive, touchdown after touchdown, and especially against Notre Dame, the convicts against the Catholics. So that was a pretty easy one for me. And then the other one I had was the logo. Jerry West is another 47. And I could guess the couple you're going to come up with, but those were two for me.
Awesome. I didn't even think about Michael Irvin back in the day before he went to the Dallas Cowboys. Great, those great teams. I remember seeing some documentaries on them recently about, the teams showing up in fatigues and all that kind of stuff back in the day.
Yeah, that's when he got to bust. I'll never forget 47 for him. He was so good in college. It was crazy.
Badass squad.
Yep. Yeah, that was so much fun back then.
I was going to think of from my childhood, Mel Blount.
Yep.
Steelers Hall of Famer back in the day when I grew up a Steelers fan back before the move to New Orleans and the Saints Day. I don't know if anybody on here really knows that, but yeah, big Steelers fan back in the day, first starting out and everything. So we got a great show for you tonight, number 47, like we said, already almost a few away from 50. I got couple of good numbers coming up, 48 and definitely 49. I got a good one waiting for me. In this thing. So we got a great show ahead. Old friend of ours, Webb's going to be on a show in a few minutes. Herm Sorcher from the Danbury Hat, obviously old Freehold, New Jersey buddy.
Man, that's going to be tough to keep it, PG-13. There's some stories we could go back, so it's going to be interesting.
Right. We'll see how that turns out. So Herm is the general manager and owning managing partner of the Danbury Hat. That's a minor league hockey team in Danbury, Connecticut. And we're just going to get his scoop. We've been talking a lot about sports trying to come back and how it was for them to fold and what it's going to be like for next season and what they're doing. We talked about the Korean Baseball League. We'll be talking about that a little bit.
Just try
and get an owner's perspective, an actual franchise owner's perspective on where things are going and what might be happening. So what you been doing this week, Webb? Anything good?
Trying to, winning Korean baseball games, trying to stay up till 4:30.
What's with the shades tonight? You going with the shade? You learning about show business. I want to compliment you, by the way, on your background, your backdrop. There, dude.
I was tired of getting in trouble. I got a whole studio here. I'm in the garage. You might hear the train. So we're going back to grassroots. We're going back to where we started from, 47. But I got the whole.
You got kind of a Stevie Wonder. You got kind of a Stevie Wonder vibe going on there.
Hey, that's what I was going for. That worked out well. I got all these lights in my face. I got these funky lights that Stacy has to take pictures of some merchandise. So I got these, and it's kind of hot and they're hurting me. So, and plus I'm big time now. We're going big time.
That's right.
So we got a sponsor. Firm's going to get us another sponsor.
Yep. So we got, I noticed you're on, I want to commend you for getting on Twitter. And trying at least Webb the way.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing.
And getting on there, but listen, so far you got 9 followers, so we're gonna work on that. But when you post something, you got to put like a hashtag, whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's the intern's fault. That's Perone's fault. He sent me I got a text after 12:30 last night. He's like, you got to do this. I'm like, dude, that's your job. So it's his fault.
All right, we'll work on that. But I do want to say thank you. It's good that you're getting on there and getting started. I think that's really good. So.
Yeah, I mean it's some of it's okay. It's new to me, but I got to figure it out once I have something.
Millions. You need a million.
That's right. That's right. So. It's coming.
All right. So like I said, we're going to be talking about a few things. Got Monday Night Football commentators. Blake Snell. You talked about just teams trying to get revved up. Guess he's got a problem with his contract and stuff. But before we get any started, want to introduce this guy, old friend of ours, Webb. Folks, we've been talking a lot about when sports are coming back and whether they are or how it was to shut down. We reached out to Jerry Jones and Mark Cuban. Those guys weren't available. So we reached back to our old Freehold pal, man. This guy, 25 plus years in the sports marketing business. He started in 1989 at the Hartford Whalers of the NHL. He spent 17 years in minor league baseball, including the Cardinals, the Brewers, Red Sox, all kinds of teams. Spent a few years with the Danbury Whalers. They led the league in attendance every year he was there. Our boy Webb from back in the day, Herm Sorcher. Welcome to the show.
Oh, love it,
I
Phil.
know.
Love it. Love being here with you boys. What a day.
What an intro there. What an
Great
intro.
day
I
for
forgot
us.
about Beloit. How many years were you in Beloit? I forgot what the
Oh,
Brewers.
Beloit, I was there
forgot
for
about
2
that.
years. That was 1992 and 93, man. That was, oh, man, that was, what an experience, man. What an experience. The
Well,
guys
don't
on
ever tell anybody again how much money you made when you were working for the Whalers. So I felt bad for you.
I was in college. Come on. It was like being,
That's true. That's true. That's true.
yeah,
That's a good
it's like
point.
being on a grill.
Glorified intern. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, look, man, this guy sold tickets. I talked to our buddy, his assistant coach up there, John Krabinski, and he said he used to see him up in the stands selling toasters and doing whatever he could to get people into the stands.
Steve, all about the fan experience, giving people a great show. We want them to go to work the next day, tell their buddies, hey, you won't believe what these guys were doing. I always prided myself and just took the philosophy that, hey, whatever, we're going to do whatever it takes to entertain you. We're not going to say no. We're going to push the envelope. We're going to try everything. And, look, we do a lot of things that maybe we swing and miss on, but, when you hit it out of the park, it's a beautiful thing. And, that's really, look, that's the thought process we always do. Like, look, to borrow one from Cal Ripken or Tony Gwynn, these guys always said, like, I can't remember which one said it, but they always said they never wanted to, obviously Ripken never missed a game, but he said, hey, I never wanted to come out of the lineup because I didn't know who was in the stadium, who was coming to see me. And you know what? Like, people say, wow, all these games, you got this energy. I really feel the same way. Every game we play, every time we open the door, every time we drop the puck, I want to give the fans my absolute best every single time. And that, you know what? If you talk about like what motivates you, that's it. I like Roy Hobbs, man. I want people to say, wow, you're the best.
Fuckload management, man. Fuck that bullshit.
Exactly.
How are you supposed to gamble on the Clippers when you know when fucking Kawhi is playing? It's a bunch of bullshit.
How'd that work out for him? They got plenty of rest this season, all those guys.
Yeah, no, I mean,
right.
Greg Popovich, man, I don't know if he should be allowed to coach. I think he ruined the game. I really do.
No, he just wins championships, though, man. If you win championships, that's all that matters.
But the whole resting thing, come on, that's stupid.
I don't know if that was his fault. I think that just got it. I'd go to Kawhi on that one. You never saw the big fundamental never rested like that.
Look, God.
Robinson was out there. He was on a dream team. I forgot all about that. I saw that shit on the Jordan thing. David Robinson.
Oh yeah, I only watched the first two. I got the other stuff, a lot.
Oh, look, you got to watch that. It's good stuff. I love that show.
It is.
Great
it is. I've been catching up on Breaking Bad. I never watched Breaking Bad.
That's another good one.
I absolutely. They talk about like, a TV show really affects you when you're talking about that. And I say, dude, I'm so a mess about Walter White and what happened to him and his family. And I then I watch Narcos.
The man. Breaking Bad much better than that. And we got to stop mentioning this. But they better start sending some. Netflix better send a check, and AMC better start cashing this in. Speaking of that, I don't know if you're gonna hook us up with New Haven Nighthawks. I'm gonna go head to toe in Nighthawks gear in a second.
New Haven Nighthawks.
Hat tricks.
We're gonna give them a big shout out. But New Haven Nighthawks. Let me tell you the story about this guy. So he was a youngster just like ourselves, sports fan, lived in New Haven, Connecticut. Dreamed of being a New Haven Nighthawk hockey player, but this guy had no athletic ability. Less than you, Smitty. He had less.
I'm gonna get you after that. Go ahead with your story, but I'll get you.
Anyway, so New Haven Nighthawks ultimately they tear down the arena. The team goes out of business. They fold up shop. But they had a great history. I think it was 75 years of professional hockey history in that city. So the guy's buying his house, and it turns out his attorney for the house closing is a trademark attorney. And it just came up in conversation. Hey, like, what could I do to get a T-shirt? How could I get the logo? How could I get permission? One thing led to another. The guy acquires no one had a trademark. The guy acquires
that's crazy.
The trademark for the New Haven Nighthawks logo. So he owns it. He started making T-shirts, hats, whatever for all his buddies as a joke or whatever. One thing leads to another, and they're like, let's slap this on a beer and see what it does. And he starts selling New Haven Nighthawks beer. Created the New Haven Nighthawk Brewing Company, and So we made a deal with him this year, and we brought him on board. We matched him up, at our bar, the Rabbit Hole, and he's going up against, you walk up to the bar, you can order a Bud, a Sam Adams, or a New Haven Nighthawk beer. This guy, he buried them, absolutely buried them. He was swinging, with the big guys there, and his beer is that good. So I'm going to get him on board with you guys.
Yeah, tell him to send us some swag. I don't know if you know, but Smitty owns 2 bars in New Orleans. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm a huge fan. Look
he might sell some beer down there.
To this day, I think you could have punked down John Taffer. I think you could have punked him down, dude. He was aggressive as hell with you, dude.
I got him. My wife says my New Jersey comes out of me a little bit in that show.
Right in your face, dude.
But you were making fun of my athletic ability, Herm. I got to ask you, can you list your dad's maybe top five all-time baseball players real quick?
Why even
go on that list?
I even go
top five.
Right. Let's just go one. We're talking amateur. We're talking professionals.
I don't know if I think your dad would put us all in the same list. I'd make the top 5.
That's fair. So look, I can tell you, 4 of them are probably Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges, Pee Wee Reese. I don't know who the 4th is, but I know I named 3. You're number 1, man. He absolutely loved what you could do on the mound.
Did, man. He did. He was my fan when I was on the mound.
He loved. Look, he to this day he thought you were overlooked by all of Major League Baseball. It's insane. I mean, look, I'm not shortchanging your ability, but I think my dad was on drugs with it. I don't know what he saw.
Dude, he saw the diamond in the rough, man. I had it. Dropping that big old curveball on people.
He was shining them shoes. Whatever he was doing.
You know what it was, Herm? I wasn't a big hard thrower. I was a craftsman. I was a craftsman out there.
Exactly.
He appreciated my craftsmanship out there on the mound.
The bottom line is, look, the same training methods. CC Sabathia used them, and he did just fine, right?
Yeah. Marcelo Colon pitched a long time.
Oh, definitely. Pancho could throw. Big sexy, baby. Big sexy. And look, let's not shortchange you on the basketball court either. You could low post on some people too.
I mean, I'm not. You guys, if you guys want to say it, I'll let you say it.
Look, it's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal. Look, it is what it is.
We got to put the feet up. Herm, I'll pat Herm's back from 1986, maybe circa 1986, the Shore Conference run, whatever it was.
Holiday Jubilee, baby.
At Neptune High School. Herm had his day.
Holiday Jubilee.
Buggy was playing basketball. Buddy was still playing football. There's a lot of people were hurt. I got some time in that one too. So that was a good time.
Let's go. Dude, we got to hook up with Reese Revels too. We got to hook up with him.
Oh, we do. That dude dunked it. I threw an inbound pass. The dude dunked it like he was fucking Meadowlark Lemon or like.
God.
I got a YouTube video. I'm going to pop it on our Facebook page later on tonight.
Let's see it.
I also got a picture of the us heading to the prom. Wonder why I never got no tail in high school. Look at that.
Yeah.
And tell me.
We had.
What was more embarrassing, Herm? That pass, an inbound pass, or leaving Lehigh back in probably that same year.
We just look. We didn't have many victories. I mean, look, we were like the '62 Mets. We showed up. We lost a lot of games.
Yeah,
not a lot of moral victories either.
Yeah, if your sister wanted us to stay at a sorority party, let's go home.
Why would we? We were only 17. We were ready to party with college
50, 18-year-old drunk, 19-year-old drunk college.
Let's go home. They wanted us to stay. Nothing wrong with it. Who wouldn't have been scared?
The wonder why I'm sitting in my garage now.
Who wouldn't have been scared?
Yeah.
I don't blame
everybody else.
Yeah. No one dreams of something like that.
Oh, right. It would have made a movie. It would be fucking Bill Gates right now.
I got to tell you, about 25 years ago, my son comes running out of the living room. Steve, there's a dude from Freehold, New Jersey on ESPN right now. I'm like, what the fuck he's talking about? I go running out. ESPN had a game show, and this dude named Herm Sorcher was on the ESPN game show. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking Herm.
Yeah.
What was the name of that show, Herm?
2-Minute Drill. Kenny Mayne. He ran the thing.
That's it.
Hey, the only perfect round in the history of that show. The show was on 3 years. Only one guy went 16 for 16 with a perfect round. That was, me.
What did you win? You went to an Oklahoma game, right? A football game?
Right. So as part of that, like they give you a big question at the end. You can double your money, and you can You win like a trip somewhere to a trip somewhere to some destination. So the thing I had was I won two of them. One was go to see college game day, the game day show, and you're going to be wherever. I mean, obviously, since 2001, it's gotten much bigger. You know what they do with that whole production, but yeah,
they had game day back then.
Yeah, so we select. What they do is you select the weekend, and like me and my buddy just kind of mapped it out. And we're like, okay, this could be a game that could work, and it just turned out the weekend so you pick the weekend, and they're like, all right, wherever we're going that weekend, you're going with us. So it turned out it was Lincoln, Nebraska, with Oklahoma, Eric Crouch, and the Oklahoma Sooners. It was
who was coaching Oklahoma? It wasn't Barry Switzer, was it?
Jeez,
he was gone by then, right? No, what year was it? No, he was long gone.
Well, it was 2001, 2002.
Oh hell yeah, he was already won the championship with the Cowboys since then. Nah, he was long.
I can't. Oh, could it have been Bob Stoops?
Maybe.
Did he have been there that long? And then so me and my buddy went on that trip, and then we start looking at we're in Lincoln, Nebraska, and like to be flying home. And we had an unbelievable time Friday night. We had an unbelievable time Saturday night. And, we talked about the Hartford Whalers a little bit. So at the time, my boss for the Hartford Whalers was the luxury suite manager for the Chicago Bears. And the Bears were playing the next day the Bears were home against the San Francisco 49ers. So I was just like, look, it was like one of those things. I was like, let me just call him, see what's going on. Let me just try to pull this off. I was like, look, Jeff, we're in Lincoln. Instead of flying back to Newark, we're going to fly to O'Hare Airport. Could you hook us up? He's like, yeah, no problem. So I think the game was probably 1 o'clock or whatever. So we saw that game. We saw the Niners-Bears game, and it was the game. The Bears had a great team that year. So 2002, and they were down like 14 points, and they ended up winning it like on like a Hail Mary at the end of the game, or like it was like they were down 14 with like 2 minutes to go. I remember Garrison Hurst had like a big touchdown. I think Mike Brown. Mike Brown like picked one off and ran it back. Crazy ending. It was sick. So that was a great weekend. And then
it's a nice weekend.
And then on Friday night, one of the buddies that I'm with, he ends up like we meet a couple friends out there. I actually had friends in Lincoln, Nebraska, if you can believe that. One guy like
I believe it. Why wouldn't you?
One guy throws a guy through a plate glass window. That's a whole nother story for another day.
Was he from Freehold?
No. This guy was not.
Surprisingly enough.
Yeah. Did you ever meet my buddy Sweets?
No.
You might have met Sweets. Well, no. So I worked with Sweets for years. Anyway, at the time he was working for the Omaha Royals, so he drove from Omaha to Lincoln, hung out with us, and some guy did something.
And
I didn't remember.
Some dude through a plate glass window.
Yeah,
that's a dude I want to hang out with.
And he went through a plate glass window.
Nice.
Living the dream, right?
Oh yeah. YOLO.
You got a cooler down there, Smitty? You got a cooler? Who handles the heavy stuff?
We don't have those kind of problems around our place, man.
I like
it's all good, loving people, man. Not like them Lincoln, Nebraska, New Jersey folks. They get in trouble down here. Around here, it's all a good time.
Like Patrick Swayze, just be nice. That's it.
That's right.
Roadhouse, baby. Talk about movies. Talk about best movies. Roadhouse.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. I love it.
So Herm, we got the inaugural season of the Danbury Hat-tricks this year, right?
Yes.
You starting the season, super excited, get things going, teams winning, starting to fill up the seats, and then a coronavirus comes around. What's life been like for you, the roller coaster this year, and what's the situation moving forward?
Well, yeah, it was a tough one to end it. I mean, like just being on the phone call when the league is like, hey, we're gonna. Like it was sad. It was definitely a bummer because we had a great team. The guys were pumped. We were really rolling, and it just ended. But I always say to like the guys on the team and the guys in our organization, hey, would you rather have lost in the first round with this team we had, or would you rather the way it ended the way it did? And no one could. It's probably split 50-50. So look, it's painful, but at least it's painful all around for everybody, so we're all in the same boat. It was a tough ending. Planning on going forward, like what happens down the road. I mean, like right now we're just talking to fans, getting their feedback on the season. trying to understand with them, like, hey, what would you like? What would you like to see more of? That type of stuff. And we're really not trying to sell anything right now. We're just getting people excited that, hey, we are going to be coming back. We just don't know when. We don't have that time. And like, look, for us, we're kind of lucky in that, we're going to follow the lead of of Major League Baseball, college football, NFL, all that. So, look, if the NFL comes back September 14th, which is what they're saying, and they're putting 75,000 people in a stadium, hey, we're gonna try to put 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people in a hockey arena. We're gonna do
why
that.
not? I mean, that's gonna happen, dude. There's no way it's not. I mean, they're talking about playing sports in Florida like tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
no, right. I think there's going to be some good things that happen, and look, from this, some good things are going to come of it. We're going to definitely be more attentive to how to clean the building and what needs to be cleaned and social distance. Look, some good is going to come from that. Maybe some practices that were just like, whatever. Now there's more attention, and the fan. We always say to our fans, hold us to the highest standards, hold us to the highest levels of customer service and what we're doing. So, look, I think people are going to say to us, hey, what are you doing? And, when you see information about other teams and other stadiums, a lot of them are rolling out, protocols, documents, plan. Hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to keep you safe. And that's good. I mean, it's a good guide to follow. And I'm sure we're going to pick up on a lot of that and create our own too.
Right. And then I saw that you guys have a new, like a junior hockey team going in that arena there. So you have something to do with that too? That's exciting.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, our vision has been when we bought the building in 2019 to just create like the greatest hockey, skating, entertainment venue destination that you could possibly have. So, I mean, look, how do you what's the master plan on that? It's like, hey, let's get the best teams, the best coaches, and organically it will just grow. Like, people will just want to come in here. So we have a pro team. We have a junior team that's kids 16 to 20 years old, and that's considered tier 3. There's tier 1, 2, and 3. So that's tier 3. 3 is the lowest. Tier 2 is you're getting into kids who are going to play Division I college hockey. The tier 3 is you're going to go play college hockey at a Division III school. I'm trying to think of one that's around there, but division like UMass Boston or so, different D3 schools. The tier 2 team we just acquired, which is the North American Hockey League. There's only one tier 2 league in the country, which is now the North American League, which is so now in Danbury. So we're going to get players who are serious Division I college players, and the guy, like, we've already started to put together the team. We've got a guy on the team who's committed already to Providence, another guy who's committed to Merrimack. These are strong Division I programs. So, it's just about building a brand in the community that when you're a 5-year-old and you want to learn how to play, you're looking for, hey, I want to learn how to play hockey. I want to start my career. Your mom and dad, they want to bring you into a place that has a vision, that has a pyramid of, hey, I can climb this pyramid, I can get there. And that's what we want to do. So, yeah, this is an exciting time for us in the building.
Brick by brick, baby, just like us, man.
Exactly. Build it. That's all you can do. 1% better every day.
It's just good, man, with all this going on, that you guys are still looking forward and still making plans down the road and still committing to community there and still going about your business other than just folding up shop and I don't know, just waiting for this thing to be over with. You guys are that's the way to do it. Still making plans and still figuring out what the future holds.
Definitely. Most definitely.
All right. So, Herm, you want to stick with us for a little while we talk about some of these other sports things, or you got someplace to be tonight, or what?
Are you kidding me? This is it, man. I dreamed of a night like this.
Your face, my body, Herm. Your face, my body.
What do we got?
All right, so I don't know. What do we want to talk about tonight? We
got what's podcast? What number, Smitt? What number are we at? Let's start off.
All right. Well, we can start right. Well, it's gonna be kind of hard. We can start off right from the top like this, but I think we're already gonna have done that already. But
okay.
But we can go right into our stuff. I think we're gonna already have done that. The whole 46, 47 shit. We'll do that. We'll do that after Herm's gone. But we can move on.
You did that many shows you've done?
46. This is our 46. You're on our 47th show, Herm.
Oh wow. Took you that? I mean, it took you that long to get an invite up here to Connecticut,
Yeah, bro. You can get on anytime you want. Last
You
time
can
I
come
told
on
you,
every week if you
fucking
want.
ignored me.
Well,
Yeah,
once
ignored
we
me
get
last time.
I tell you what we can do is once we get the season rolling and back, and we could do a guest player with you, and he can tell you what it's like off the ice.
Oh
living
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, we'll zip up we'll zip up to Danbury. What's the nightlife over there?
Yeah, we'll have a live a cast from the arena.
Johnny Krapinski would love that, man.
There you go.
He's my buddy, man. He had a good time down at Spirits in Turtle Bay.
Man, gotta feed. He's feeding your family, right?
Hell yeah.
He's the man.
All right, what do we got?
All right, so looks like we're getting back. We can get back to some live sports action here shortly, Smitt. We could start gambling on some stuff at least.
Well, I've been getting on this, dude. So they got like 4:30 in the morning here. They got Korean baseball coming on ESPN. Herm, have you seen
It's
this?
not
Have you
just
heard
there;
about this?
it's everywhere. It's not just in New Orleans.
I haven't seen the Korean baseball. Like, have I watched the game? No, I haven't. But
I haven't watched either, but I bet on it. Been betting on it for like 10 days now. So.
How'd you do? How you doing on it?
We're killing it.
Doing
No,
all right.
I'm not killing it. We're up. We're in the plus. I'm a big Dinos fan. What is it?
Are
The
you?
NC Dinos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another
Dude, I
one.
was even. God.
You
And
find
the
a
Key
play-
Room Heroes. They lost 2 in a row. We're on them tonight. Key Room Heroes and who else did I think I took. I think I
on
took the
those
Dinos.
LG Twins. We've been on the LG Twins a few times too.
Oh, what kind of? What are they? What is it? Just like standard type of lines, like
Same, typical. Yeah, it's
Money lines,
just
money
odds,
lines,
like
over and
basic.
unders.
It's money lines, and
You got a
and
guy
overs.
like Ryan Dempster that you loved. You just went with Ryan Dempster. Every
No,
game.
there are some Americans. I just, I don't even. I look at who's playing and look at the records, kind of figure it out. Smitt's done some research. He's on
He
knows the rotation and he's
It's thrown off my last 2 weeks. I'm all out of whack, man. I don't know if I'm coming or going at 4:30 in the morning.
4:30.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Life of a bar owner, man.
Yeah, the bar's closed. I got nothing else to do but the wager maker shit.
That's true. That's true.
We had some
All
UFC.
I can do is
We're
tell
gonna hit
people
the
to bet
UFC
on the
a couple
Korean
times.
baseball league.
There you go. Hey,
I was kind of
live.
digging
It's
the
for real.
Dinos. They had some badass like gold jerseys the other day. I was almost going to get myself some Korean swag. I was going to order some online, but then then the game I was watching, they ended up losing in the last inning. So I was like, fuck these assholes.
I bet you're not the only one. He's gonna be ordering that shit.
Breaking hearts,
You
man.
see, I think Blake Snell could go fuck himself too. You see, he came out and said it's not worth playing for a partial payday. It's not good enough to pay for fucking $10 million, whatever he's gonna make, because he want to get the fucking coronavirus. I'll play.
Wear a mask.
Well, just
wear a
you'll
mask.
be all right.
Seriously,
Right.
hey Blake, we're gonna give you $2 million if you want. We'll just wear a mask all the time.
Right. Never take it off.
Pitch every fifth day. Just
Maybe
wear a
at least
mask.
he could shut the fuck up. Then we could put it
Did you
around his
take-
mouth.
I don't know, dude. Dude's got a point. The dude's got a point.
No.
Look, I could.
Why would you pay less money to go into a potentially dangerous
well, it's not
situation?
technically less money, right? It's just that it's less.
Yeah, it's
games or
prorated,
whatever,
I
right?
guess. I mean, he's not making his full year contract. He's not playing as many games either. But
Right.
but why
It's
put
not.
yourself in a situation that some people, you talk to Dr.
Because-
Fauci, he says it might be dangerous.
How much money is it?
Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man. If he was,
Donald Trump would say that's what's thing.
if these guys were saying, hey, if Blake Snell said, look, I don't feel good about sitting in a hotel with all these clowns, it's just not going to be good. I get that. But like the money,
I'm not saying that.
don't bring up the money. That's stupid.
Right. Yeah, if you're gonna play that card, don't put the economics. I just say I don't want to get sick. I'm not playing for any amount of money.
That's
I'm saying
understandable.
because of the
Don't
money.
get sick.
So you're saying if you doubled money, you'd play, so it's not that big of a risk.
Exactly.
That's like when you go to the airport and they charge you $50 for the bag, but they still put the bag on there. It's like, well, it's not it's not a safety issue because the bag's too heavy. I never understood that.
Right.
You still put the bag on there. What's my $50 going to have to do with anything?
Well, some of those planes they got like a weight thing. Smitty, do you fly a lot?
Yeah, when shit's.
Yeah. Did they ever make you get on a scale?
This motherfucker right here, you hear this shit?
Right. Yeah. Hey.
Hey, look, man, be thankful they only charge you for your bag.
I figured out today I gained 7 pounds since this quarantine shit started.
Oh,
and
dude,
I
I'm a
exercise
mess.
5 days a week, bro.
I'm a mess, dude. You know what's crazy?
And this orange Danbury Hat Trick shit is not very slim. I
Looking
got
good, bro.
No.
the black shirt.
Orange is in your.
Yeah.
You're
Like
looking good.
Halloween, motherfucker.
I have been. What's killed me with this thing is I've been staying up so late. I've been, I started binge watching Breaking Bad. I found myself up a couple nights to like 3, 4 in the morning watching this show because I just couldn't. And the next day, then I wake up at like 8, 9 o'clock. I'm doing this like days in a row. It's crazy.
That's what happens to me. I naturally stay up to like 2 or 3, but I can usually go to bed and get up a decent time. But once I get to 3, I'm like, well, I only got an hour and a half until the LG Twins play the DC Dinos or whatever the fuck it is. I might as well watch some. And I got 50
are playing. I got to pour sportage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stay up all damn night.
What are you watching?
Korean baseball.
Oh, Korean. No, I mean Netflix though. What are you watching there?
And I'm not really. I've never seen Breaking Bad. I've been watching a lot of the Jordan Show. I know that's only 6, 7, 8 episodes right now. Yeah. But I watched Billions. I watched Ray Donovan. You see Ray Donovan? You check out Ray Donovan.
Pieces. Haven't seen all of that.
I've seen all that shit. Yeah.
I read.
Heisenberg is still the best. Heisenberg puts those shows.
Heisenberg. I love I can't believe I waited this long to watch his ass.
The best is when he says, "I'm the one who they should be afraid of," or whatever he said. That's the best part.
I'm the one who knocks.
He's
Breaking Bad. And the Lion fucking King or whatever. What's the show? What's the Tiger Man?
Tiger King. You gotta watch. You gotta watch Tiger. It's like watching a train wreck. You gotta watch Tiger King.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's good.
If the Nicolas Cage is gonna play him in a movie, it's a next. In Hollywood, do a better job of.
Look, if he did 8mm, this one can't be worse.
Yeah. Well, Face Off. That was a good one.
Face Off was a good one.
Herm, did you ever see Smitt's debut? He's on Netflix. That's what he watches himself on a loop. He's on a movie on Netflix.
Inside My Ear. I got another one coming out too called Sister Tempest, but the God Inside My Ear is the original.
What was the one? Yeah, right. What were you on in Netflix?
Dude, I'm worldwide, bro. I got podcasts. I've been on stage, screen. What do you want?
That's
bro?
Right. The screen, the stage. That's what I.
It's a whole list. I got a whole list.
You're a good dude. You actually could make millions that way. You could be a good character actor. Like, you're not a leading man, but like if like Steven Seagal was gonna cut your head off, you could do that, like, make money.
I know I'm no Brad Pitt, but everybody's got,
Exactly. You're like Bobby Bacala on The Sopranos. Like, that's it.
That's right.
Like you're looking at toys. You're looking at toys, and then they shoot your head off.
You could play the gambler, the gambling dude with the drug and hooker problem.
Yeah,
perfect.
Dude.
It's not a reality show, is it?
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got Scott Wheatley do anything this week, Smitt? We need some races this week.
Yeah, man. Scott Wheatley's still on it. The Thoroughbred Report on his Facebook page. Check that out. Don't forget about Will Burr Investigations and George Burge. They hooked us up.
Oh,
George Burge was our first sponsor, Herm. Will Burr Investigations.
First actual money sponsor, Herm.
Oh, I
mean, American money.
Look, I'm not gonna let that guy show me up. Yeah, I
didn't even wear his T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm in as for a sponsorship. I'm in.
Yeah. You see how much swag of yours I got on? Thanks.
Yeah, you look good as hell.
On bourbon shirt tonight. I like that.
Look good as hell.
That's why I wear both. Shit.
So Monday Night Football announced that they're going to be changing the guys in the booth. I guess the old Tessitore and Booger McFarland thing didn't work out. What do you guys think about that?
Shocker. Did they say who it's going to be?
No. I mean, what happened to Monday Night Football? Like, I mean, look, is it just we're watching too much football, or is it the announcers are bad, or there's too many TV stations? What happened like 1979 when you could tune in and Howard Cosell, Don Meredith, like you would look for, like if the Giants were lucky enough to play on Monday Night Football, I was like, holy shit, this is like the greatest day of my life, and it's like it's just not like that anymore. I mean,
right. Me and Webb talk about that every Sunday night and Monday night during the football season. We say it to each other. It just sounds boring and shit. It's just shit. Like, I'd rather just watch the game at this point than what they got.
There's every Sunday night there's a game. Every Monday night is just. I mean, I like it, but it's too much. It's saturated. They just blew out the market. There's no excitement to it. There's no exclusivity.
What's your first memory of Monday Night Football?
Don Meredith and Howard Cosell. I remember Tony Dorsett, 99 yards, and I think and then they came back one night against I don't know, Redskins or something. Drew Pearson caught a crazy touchdown pass.
So basically, Weber only remembers Dallas Cowboy Monday Night Football.
I remember the announcers. I remember the pregame. Yes,
I gotta look. You ever see like baseballreference.com or all those websites that like they list every game. I love going back and looking at actual games that you watch. So first, I'm gonna check this after.
That's why you won the trivia, because you're a nerd.
Exactly. I love to research.
You listen to Sports Almanac.
One of my first memories of Monday Night Football was watching the Raiders at the Saints in the Superdome, and it was like, let's say it was like 79 or 78, somewhere in there, and the Saints were like just complete garbage, just utter trash. And at the time, the Raiders had the best record on Monday Night Football. That was always like a thing. The Raiders.
Yeah, I remember that. And who was the quarterback? Was that Plunkett or Stabler? Was the quarterback?
Stabler, probably.
It was probably Stabler in those years. I don't remember. I can't remember who it was, but the Saints were like, this was like the first time I really ever saw like the Superdome really rocking, and it was going crazy. And the Saints went up like 14 or 21-0 on the Raiders. And I'm a young kid. So I went to bed and I woke up the next day and the Raiders actually came back and won the game. I'm gonna send you guys the notes on that, but it was.
We're not gonna read them. Don't bother.
that was like
We'll take your word for it.
Monday Night Football was, man, that was an exciting thing. It
was great. It was the best day. I mean, it was the best. It was better than Sunday because you can only watch especially for someone like me. You can only watch those two shitty teams from Jersey. So. You can see all these different teams like the Raiders and whoever else.
Is it the announcers though? You think like you mentioned Booger McFarland and
the announcers do suck, but I think it's just so much. But I think I like the other, like Sunday night or one of the nights the announcers are decent. I that's how it is. I don't even know what night it is.
Thursday night. Thursday night they should just end. That didn't work.
And then, the games even suck on Thursday night too. I mean, I don't. The Bengals and the Browns, I think, last year. Like, what are we doing here? They better fucking legalize gambling.
And then they wear the stupidest uniform. There was one game last year. I can't remember who.
Yeah, that's another. That's another.
It was like
that's not a money grab.
It was like two teams that wore like two franchises that wore incredible uniforms. Just like whether it was the Dallas Cowboys against, what I think it might have been the Cowboys against the Vikings.
The Vikings had the all purple.
Exactly. They just totally. They had an opportunity for these two teams to wear these classic uniforms that they always wear, and then they did their color rush.
Right. Yeah.
It was just like, man, what a waste. What a waste. But
it's a bad look.
True.
All right. What else we got? Anything? We done?
Oh, that was your topic list? Joey Tessitore, Booger McFarland?
That's it. Links now. And the
we thought there would be a lot more witty banter from Herm, but it was pretty serious. It's pretty serious. You're a text message superstar. You're text message star.
Look. I don't want to give. Look, I don't think we could ever have a real conversation on
no, it's right. It's way too.
Yeah, we all eliminated a bunch of shit we said in the pre-show.
It just wouldn't.
Right.
Be smart.
Right.
All
right, Herm.
That's it. We're gonna end on that. What do you think? All right.
You bring something up. Let's go. Bring me a topic.
Well, how about, what do you think? I mean, what's your favorite movie? You think? I mean, that's always like a. I mean, is The Godfather still number one? Is it out there? Is it getting?
I got two favorite movies. I like
Devil
Goodfellas and Wonderful Life. That's my two movies. It depends on what mood I'm in, which one I like better.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Jimmy Stewart, It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yeah.
Herm, you know the best movie, True Romance.
Oh, Clarence Worley, yeah. True Romance. I got to tell you, I was trying to watch that the other day. It was on Hulu or something. I got about halfway through it, and I was trying to show my girlfriend Heather and her 16-year-old daughter True Romance. It died, man.
No.
Couldn't get through it.
Just like Man on Fire. It's a good one.
Oh, Man on Fire. I love that. Oh, when he takes that guy, starts cutting off his fingers, and the guy was like, do you know who I am? He's like, yep. cutting off his fingers. I mean, and then at the end, he just wanted a cigarette.
Yeah.
Just like the cigarette. That's all he wanted. That was it. Just wanted that cigarette.
Yep.
What's your favorite movie?
All right.
Well, I mean, The Godfather. So, what, you got a train coming?
That's Webb. That's
Man, I'm not in the garage.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, The Godfather is number one. I mean, Blazing Saddles, Animal House. Those are the all-time History of the World. Yeah, I mean, those are classics. I mean, but like if you said I get to watch one movie before it's over, I mean, I'm gonna say The Godfather probably. That's gonna be my go-to. But yeah, Goodfellas right up there. Look, Ray Liotta in Unlawful Entry.
That was on TV not too long. I saw that one late night week or two ago.
Yeah, that was on
Is he good? Is Ray Liotta good playing a good guy or a bad guy?
He's creepy. He's better at being creepy.
Yeah,
he's the bad guy in that.
What about Denzel?
You just keep doing coke and making sauce. That's his best movie.
Yeah, exactly. Lucky Hat.
Yeah, it's fucking great. All right.
Well, look, boys.
Wrap it up.
All right.
I love it. Like the man, we take it offline.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna have you back on, Herm. It's gonna be Herm Unfiltered.
During the season, we're gonna get it going.
All right.
No doubt.
All right, brother. We'll have you back on before that.
I appreciate it, dudes. All right, be good, fellas.
All right, I'll call you. I'll talk to you later.
Later, bro. So, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget Facebook at the Wager Makers Podcast, Twitter at the Wager Makers, Instagram at the Wager Makers, thewagermakers@gmail.com. John Grove for the bumper music, Will Burr Investigations. If you're up there in Monmouth County and need somebody to get a trail on his ass, that's your man. iHeartRadio, YouTube, Google Play Music. Devin's going to tell you about YouTube real quick. Podbean, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. Thank you all for listening. Webb, take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. Thank you, Wilbur Investigations. Thanks, Herm Sorcher. Let's go Hat Tricks. Listen to Devi. We need listeners, likes, notifications, subscriptions, all that good stuff. We're going to be YouTube thousandaires.